welcome back to the Man Cave Podcast. Again, there is no Dan here, but you know what? You got me. You got D. That's all you need, baby. Anyways, episode 12. We are hoping to have Dan back for episode 13 when we actually are able to go over the OSU Clemson game, when we're able to go over the Week 17 for the NFL. And, you know, everybody wish him best. We're hoping to get him back so we can get back on track, do our thing. I know it's been hard and things kind of linger on a little here and there with it just being me. There's not that person here to be able to bounce ideas off of. But let's get into this OSU versus Clemson preview. Back in September, Dabo was saying that all big division winners, the people that win their division, they get their championship, they all deserve a spot because, you know, there was a chance that the ACC was going to go through a lot of the same issues that the Big Ten did. But now he's changing his tone, he's changing his tune, he's saying things that are just absolutely disrespectful, putting us at number 11 on his coaches poll, putting us behind teams like Coastal Carolina. And, you know, I don't know what exactly his issue is with OSU. I know that there's been lingering issues going back and forth between OSU and Clemson since back in 1978 when Woody Hayes was the coach. That's the game where he, if I'm not mistaken, he choked a kid, and that was his final days as being a coach. So, yeah, we've been 0-4 with them. As I mentioned already, we played them in the Gator Bowl in 1978. It was 17-15. Clemson won. Then we played them again in 2014. It was 40-35 in the Orange Bowl. Then we played them again in 2016, where they absolutely demolished us, 31-0. We left a goose egg in the Fiesta Bowl. Then we played them again last year, where it came down to the final drive where Justin Fields threw that interception on that miscommunication, and that game was 29-23. Now, are we going to be 0-5 against them, or are we finally going to be able to erase that zero in that win column for us? I don't know, but he's given us major bulletin board material, you know, saying things like we don't deserve to be in there, that Coastal Carolina deserves to be in there, that Florida deserves to be in there over us, A&M deserves to be in there over us. But the one thing that I really have to pick a bone with him on is, would he be saying this if he was in the same position that we were? I don't think he would. I don't think that he would end up saying that. I understand. We have a lot of issues on the defense, on the offense. You know, when the offense gets to clicking, that secondary ends up giving us issues. They're playing soft coverage and all kinds of other stuff. They're not the same team that they were last year. But a lot of that has to do with the fact that we haven't had enough snaps, we haven't had enough reps. We haven't been able to iron out a lot of those issues. But, you know, everybody wants to sit there and say that we're going to be the fresher team because we only played 6 games. I don't believe that, because not even Clemson is the same team that they were at the beginning of the year when they ended up going up against Wake Forest. They're not even the same team that they were when they played Stanford in Week 6. So that's hard for me to really sit there and be able to say, yeah, we're the fresher team, we're this, we're that, we're this, we're that. Yes, you have way more time to iron out a lot of your issues. You ironed out a lot of the issues since that one loss that you have against the team that you ended up beating in the ACC championship. So I don't understand that argument. I don't understand this gang mentality that all the NCAA, speaking heads and all this other stuff, all these talking heads out there that are giving us issues because we were put in there over teams. And one of the other things that I really have a bone to pick with when it comes to the committee is where's Cincinnati? Like, I believe that they're better than Florida, and I also believe that they're better than A&M. So I don't understand this whole, bias that everybody has, where they're all on board with everything ACC and everything SEC. I don't understand all that, because I think that Cincinnati is a really, really tough team, and when they end up coming back to the shoe, or we end up going out to Cincinnati, I believe it's going to be a really tough game, because their coach is a monster. He's turned around that whole thing ever since he was the interim coach for us. I can't think of his name right now off the top of my head. But anyways, let's get back to this preview. One thing that I'm really worried about is our red zone offense, because I think that they will allow Trey Sermon and Master Teague to run on them and just go nuts on the ground. But when we get to the red zone, are we going to be able to put the ball in the end zone? Are we going to iron out a lot of our issues? Because one thing that we do have is we have on and off issues on both sides. Once the defense starts clicking, the offense starts slacking. They start allowing teams to get into our backfield, disrupt the run, disrupt the passing game, put more pressure on Justin Fields, as we've seen, when it came to the Indiana game and when it came to the game against Northwestern. So I think that that's going to be something. Yet I really wish that we had, again, some more reps and some more snaps to be able to iron out the issues that we have with our secondary, be able to clamp down those receivers that we've went up against. As you've seen, when we played Penn State, they were going nuts on us. They were able to come back and make it a tougher game. We're able to go up on teams, but we find it hard to keep that lead because we start slacking off on offense. They make adjustments, and we keep playing that soft coverage where we have one safety high, and we try to put all their receivers and our cornerbacks on an island. We don't have the same type of cornerbacks that we had last year. We don't have, anybody to make it easier on Sean Wade. As we've seen, he's had a more of a tougher 6-game stretch than he did last year when he was playing in the slot. So I'm really wondering if we're going to be able to slow down Amari Rodgers and Cornell Powell. I wonder if we're going to be able to slow them down and make it harder for Trevor Lawrence. We already know our linebackers and our D-line are on point. They're still able to do stuff. They're going to be able to slow down Travis Etienne. But I'm, again, wondering how he's going to... how they're going to use him in the passing game, because he has over 500 yards, 2 touchdowns receiving, and he's their third leading receiver, right there behind Amari Rodgers and Cornell Powell. So I'm just wondering how our secondary is going to slow down their passing game, because they know, just watching the games that we've had where teams start to come back, where we're not making adjustments in the secondary. That's where a lot of our issues come. And once that happens, then our offense starts to slow down. Even last week against the Wildcats, I'm even pick on you, Wyatt Davis. You were sitting there just standing around on a couple of plays, watching as people were pressuring Justin Fields, gave him a sack or made it ugly for him, and throwing just nasty passes that shouldn't have even have been put out there. He's doing this hero ball for some reason. I don't understand why. I think that if we would have been able to have played our full schedule, that we would have been able to iron out a lot of these issues. I think that if we would have put in a filler game for the game, we would have also have been able to do stuff, because as you've seen, we play like Wisconsin, then we play Rutgers, then we're off for a week, then we come back, we play Indiana, then we're off for a week, then we play Michigan State, then we're off for a week. So it's just hard for me to sit here and stand on my soapbox and sit here and scream that Ohio State's the best, OHIO, let's do this, let's do this. Nah, I can't do that, man. I can't, because I think that this is going to be one of the hardest games for us, but Dabo Swinney makes it more of an emotional game. Also, with the history between us, as I've already stated, you know, us being 0-4 against them, the Woody Hayes issue from the past, I really think that this is going to be an interesting game. It's going to be a good one. I think that it's going to come down to the last play of the game. I think that it's going to be a little bit more different. Hopefully they don't try to get us with some nonsense targeting rule. Hopefully they don't try to get us with some stupid fumble where a guy catches the ball, takes like 17 steps with it, and then the ball gets punched out, and nope, that's not a fumble. That's not a fumble at all. I don't think that it's going to come down to that this year. I think that, in my opinion, I am going to be a little more biased. I feel pretty confident in this game because of all the bulletin board material that Dabo Swinney has given us this year. All the history from the past, how last year ended up being. I think that it's going to be 30-27. Ohio State over Clemson. We are finally going to get this W. Yes. It's going to be 1-4. That's for you, Dabo. But I will be back with the Week 16 NFL reviews. Let me know how you feel about this. Like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. Like, comment, share on Facebook. Love you.